Hello everyone and welcome to O2 Inside Line, live from the Blue Room outside Twickenham Stadium, everyone! Yes, oh, it's arrived. It's arrived, ladies and gentlemen. It's England versus the All Blacks. See, even they're nervous. We've got a very, very special guest who's going to join us for a quick chat 2 hours before the big game here at Twickenham Stadium, the home of England rugby. So let's take a look at the green room and find out who's going to come and join us. There he is! Oh, give it up for Jonathan Joseph, ladies and gentlemen! Jonathan Joseph is with us, ladies and gentlemen. Let's take a look at what makes this guy so special. Nice. Now, Jonathan wanted us to play that again, but unfortunately, time is against us, JJ, and we can't. But that's pretty special when you see things like that, isn't it?
Oh, it's a nice reminder to know I used to play all right rugby, I guess. Back in the day.
Let's talk about the injury. First of all, for those that don't know, what have you done?
So I've dislocated my foot. It's called a Liz Frank injury.
Or in layman's terms, you've twisted your ankle.
Basically, yeah. 6-month twisted ankle, quite bad. But I should be back in the next few weeks.
All right, we look forward to your return, my friend, because Anthony Watson was here last week and he said it's not good being injured watching your fellow teammates play the game of rugby.
No, it's not. But it makes you realise how much you do love the sport. I think if you have a long... I mean, Anthony's been off for, what, 8 months now? I've been 6 months. No, it's a long old time. You do miss the sport.
Now, I have a vision, because you two are best mates, aren't you? You know, you're close, you're tight.
We're all right. I think he likes me more than I like him.
Right, OK. Well, yeah, he was saying that last week, that he's like, you know, he worships the ground that you walk on, and he walks in front of you with rose petals and all that kind of stuff, and runs your bath for you with your Epsom salts and all that kind of stuff, lights your favourite candle before you get in the bath. But I just have this vision of you two sat in your lazy boy chairs gaming because you're injured. What goes on? What do you do in your downtime apart from rehab?
I do a bit of gaming, a little bit on the PlayStation, not too
Favourite
much,
game?
maybe like half an hour a day.
Fortnite?
Fortnite, yeah.
Favourite Fortnite dance? Can you do that for us?
No.
Can you floss?
No.
Can you do the one where you do that? I can't do it, but my daughters do it very well.
No.
Looked like me in the Blue Room last week, I'll be honest with you.
What happened last week?
I don't know. Let's move on.
Right.
We won, and I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Yes. But it must be difficult. How do you stay focused on the game when you are injured and you can't compete?
It is hard. Obviously, you've got quite a busy schedule in terms of your rehab, your gym, and all that. But I go up to the coach's office and do a lot of reviewing myself. I try and help the younger players at Bath and help with their development and try and give some of my experience to them. And yeah, it is, isn't it?
Yeah,
I think that's a good thing to do.
Because I guess they deem you as a senior player now, right?
They do, funnily enough, yeah. And I think I've got quite a bit of knowledge, so I like to, give it out and help where I can.
Good for you. Now, let's talk about today's game. It's massive. There's no other word to describe the event that we're about to see in a couple of hours' time. It's England versus the current reigning world champions, whose team is just full of talent. All the way through this squad, there is not one duffer. They're all awesome. How do we approach this game against the All Blacks?
Interesting question. Look, I think obviously we've got so many injuries, a few boys out with bans and things like that, but with that comes opportunity for some younger boys, some new faces, and they'll bring that added excitement, they'll bring that energy. I think for us today, the most important thing is how we start the game. You know, you've got to start well against the All Blacks. If you let them get, you know, a try, 2 tries ahead, you know, you're in for a very, very bad day. So we need to start well. We didn't start well last week, so I'm sure that was a focus point for the boys in the week that they've just had.
But also, I guess, one thing that stood out against the team last week, or for the team last week, was that our defence was pretty awesome. You know what I mean? We put up a brick wall. We had to, and I think that will stand us in good stead for today, right?
Definitely. I think the boys will take a lot of confidence out of that. In terms of making those repeated efforts defensively, being able to get off the line and do that non-stop for the full 80 minutes is where we'll really be tested today, because as we all know, the All Blacks come to light in the last 20 minutes of every game. They score so many tries. So if we can keep our defensive line strong with a lot of line speed in that last 20, then we should be in a good state.
Any similarities between the South Africans and the New Zealand team?
I mean, South Africa definitely playing a more expansive brand of rugby, probably mirroring sort of how New Zealand play. So I'd say it's fairly similar, yeah.
OK, so you're Eddie Jones.
Yeah.
There's 5 minutes before you walk out onto the field, before you face the national anthems, before you face that iconic haka, which the Kiwis and the All Blacks like to do.
Yeah.
What do you say? How do you fire up this young England team? Because you've been there. I want to know what you would say.
What I would say would be a lot different to what Eddie would say.
No,
I don't know what Eddie's going to say half the time.
What would you say?
I'd say, lads, wear your hearts on your sleeve. Do the nation proud.
That's all. That's enough for me. That's all you need. That is all you need. That is all you need. Good luck in your coaching career, my friend. Crikey. All right, we'll take some questions from fans. We'll start off with you, Ethan. All right, Ethan, where are you from?
Braintree.
Where, sorry?
Braintree.
OK, and what do you do for a living?
Play rugby.
Good lad. How's married life? What's your question for Jonathan Joseph?
How many tries have you scored in your England career, and what has been your favourite?
Good question. Wait, hang 1 second. Jonathan Joseph, you paused and you thought about how many tries you've scored. I know for a fact, you know, bang, straight away how many you've scored.
17.
There you go, yes. Which one was your favourite?
I was trying to think of my favourite one. I think one of the Scotland ones when I scored a hat-trick. I think I've been dropped the week before, so it was good to get a hat-trick.
And a point to
back
prove.
the week after, yeah.
Are you a kind of athlete because you are rapid? Do you work on your speed? Do you do any kind of agility drills that you've got to do to keep you fast?
Yeah, we have speed coaches. Jonas, a guy called Jonas, who I've done speed work with in the past, has just joined the England coaching staff. Yeah, you've got to stay on top of it. Like any skill, anything you're good at, you've got to keep on top of it, else you'll lose it.
It's great watching you cut your way through the players on the field. Playing New Zealand is always special. How big an opportunity is this for England to measure themselves against the world's best? There's no name on this one. I apologise.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, New Zealand have been the best team for so many years now. Playing against such a great outfit with us having so many injuries and boys out, it is a true test, and it will definitely measure us up as to exactly where we are world ranking wise. But like I said before, first 20 minutes is massive.
What does it feel like facing the haka? Is it intimidating?
It's not so much intimidating. It gets you quite pumped up, to be honest. I think it's sort of a motivational factor for them and also yourselves.
Yeah, it's brilliant. What will this game mean to the new guys in the England team? That's from Poppy in Slow. What a learning curve.
I mean, it's a tough one to make your first few games against New Zealand. But you've got to test yourself against the best. No international is easy. Whoever you're up against, it's going to be a huge physical challenge. So go out there and give it your all.
Liam in Manchester wants to know, how important is it for England to start well against the All Blacks? You covered that briefly, saying that we do need a quick start, which I think is pivotal, because they can score like 3 tries in 5 minutes, can't they? They're unbelievable.
Yeah, their attacking game is one of the best. I think many teams try and mirror what they do, but you know their basics are just so world class. And you like we said, defensively, you just got to shut them down.
Anna in Sheffield, I think she's in the blue room. She wants to know, how do you cope not being able to play at such an iconic game? And is pineapple acceptable on a pizza?
Yes, to the pineapple one. What do you think?
I'm a Hawaiian fan.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. I'm a Hawaiian fan. I don't understand what the problem is with having fruit on a pizza, you know, on a savoury. I think it's fine. But we kind of covered the fact that not being able to cope in these big games is tough. But you then become kind of the fan of the game.
Yeah. I mean, it's weird. Like I used to watch so much international rugby before I actually became one. And now I'm back in that seat watching and actually not having to have those nerves that I use. What are you laughing at?
I've just seen the next question. Carry on. No, it's not what's your favourite cheese. Anyone who's asked what's your favourite cheese is going to get shown the door from now on. Okay, mozzarella. Ryan in Leighton Buzzard wants to know, how do you get those tiny little boats in a bottle? You know what I mean? That's a good question. You know, a ship in a bottle. You must have seen those. They're not as popular as they were in the 70s. No? You never seen Bagpuss? No. Oh, my goodness me. Right, OK. Fair enough. Worst teammate on tour to serve coffee, because coffee's a thing in the England camp, isn't it? So when you're in camp, who's the worst coffee maker? That's from Nigel in Leighton Buzzard.
Probably Johnny May. I don't know why. It's just an easy go-to. Yeah, I'd imagine he's not great at making coffees. He gets confused easily.
All right.
I do really like him, though.
Really?
Genuine, yeah.
Okay.
He's a good bloke.
After today's game, win or lose, hopefully win. 2 more big games coming up in the Quilter Internationals. How do we approach those if we, God forbid, lose today? If we lose, yeah. We're not going
to lose, no, of course not. I mean, Eddie would have planned what he wanted to do this autumn way before now, so I wouldn't be surprised if you saw, again, some maybe new faces next week.
Interesting.
You know, playing South Africa, New Zealand, into Japan, into Australia. You know, that's a huge ask for a player to play all 4 of those games and start them all. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's a few changes next week.
All right, thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, give a big round of applause to the one and only Jonathan Joseph. Yes. JJ's going to stick around in the blue room all morning, hopefully mingling, doing some selfies, because I know you like a selfie. Loves a selfie, so we'll do that. And then make sure you stick around, because a little bit later on we'll have the arrival of the teams. Then later, after the game, we'll be live once again in the O2 Blue Room with 3 guys that will have played in the game. But for now, have a great afternoon. Stick around. Make sure you check all O2's socials for all the info that you need on today's massive game. It's England versus New Zealand. See you then.